Hello everyone, this is Paula. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to work on collaging. Yes, you heard me. I haven't done it in a long time because there's so many people doing it that I just didn't feel like it would be something you'd be interested in. But I need to get some done because I don't want to run out of all the collage goodness. So we're going to do it in this book because I've watched Shabby Dabby Doodah. I've watched her do it, and it just makes sense to use an old book you know you're not going to use for anything else. And yeah, this book is about Afghans, and so I'm kind of like, I don't think I'll use this. I didn't know when I bought it that it was just about that. So, yeah, see. Anyway, there's a few pictures I might use out of it, but pretty much, this is, whoops, I just tore my paper. This is where I'm going to be collaging. If I'm in a hurry, you know, I may collage wherever. But, so let's get started. I'm using collage sheets that I found on some of the paper from Tracy Fox. And then there'll be a few random ones that I won't be able to tell you. I just know this because I just, I cut them all with my Decal by Tim Holtz, or by Tonic, with Tim Holtz signature. And this will give you, let me take a straight piece of paper and show you what it does. Okay, straight piece of paper. Put it in here. Yes, you heard it. I hope you can see that. But it gives it a torn edge. And that's what it's all about these days, right? I'm going to tear a couple of these pages, book pages. And we can use those as well. And then we will pretty much be using it to tear, like, you know, sometimes. I've got my tear tool also. And so we can use that if we need to tear one of them apart, one of the book pages or whatever. So, or we can just use our tear tool. Because when you're not doing a whole lot, it's when you do a whole lot that it can be exhausting, right? Plus, it's noisy. And I don't want you guys to go deaf listening to my... I just realized that this piece right here has shiny paper. Now, how did I oversee that? Oh, and there's a piece of it right there. So I sat and did this the other day. I needed some calming. You know, it really is relaxing. There's two backs. And this is what I started with. And I felt like it was very relaxing. So I took scraps, of course. And what you want to do is put your more colorful on one side and your journaling side different. See, that's why I ended up with two backs right here. Because I just got into the groove. All right, and then I guess I did more than I thought. Wow, I did. I impressed myself. Okay. Now, this is going to be, oh, I messed that one up completely. I may have to redo this page, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. This is the back, and this is the front. So we can glue either one we want. Let me make sure this giant book is in frame. Okay. So let's put it right here. I've got too much going on my desk. I'm just going to tell it like it is. It'd be nice just to take a few minutes and clean it up, wouldn't it? That'd be too easy. Okay, I got my Uno. It's not Uno. Yoo-hoo is what I call it. Okay, I got that ready. I tore a bunch of pages. So let's just get started with one of these big ones, because I like to put big ones on as well. And when I do that, I also like to turn it different directions. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we're starting out straight. Now, because this book is so big, I mean, and there's enough room to use your ink that way, I am going to put it down here. I didn't get quite enough ink up here, or glue. Why am I saying ink? Do you ever wonder why you say something that's incorrect? You know, doesn't have anything to do with the subject. Okay. So I like to make sure my little edges are down so I don't have to be bothered with them again. And that way it, you know, I make sure it's all nice and smooth. So I'm just going to go off the side here a little bit and over on okay. I think that's upside down. No, it's not. Just going to put it right here all the way out to the edge. I even like to make sure the edges on my collaging go all the way to the side. I'm going to use this. Don't ask me why I went over here when I have plenty of room over here. You don't want to ink over and over on your collage sheet though. You know, once you've put it down, don't add any more glue on the top if you can keep from it. But you can put it where you're planning on having it. Right here in this corner. Let's see, what do we have? Let's see, let's do this. Put it right on the edge. I'm looking here to see what else I've got that's not just perfectly square. I did a lot of squares because I realized that I could actually change it up if I chose to. And I like the way that looks, so I'm going to put it right across there. Okay. I love the way this paper is going on. It looks really nice. Okay, so let's go with something different on This one has paisleys and flowers. Isn't that pretty? I like these, Tracy. They turned out great. This is probably my favorite digital she's put out. There's beautiful tags. It's multiple colors. And, you know, she likes the earth tones, and I like them too. But I sure love these with the color, more color in them. And it's not an overabundance of color. It's just really pretty. Okay, did I cut any small ones? That's the question. So we'll get our tear tool. And I'm going to see. Get a kind of a rectangle going here. Or maybe, I'm not sure I want that there. We'll just have to wait and see what I put there. I don't know. I'm doing this one more in squares, rectangles, and so forth. So, but I'll do it different in the next one. I'll just start tearing and seeing what we can come up with. I think I'm going to use this. I like that green bush on it. Now this you're seeing right here, sometimes I don't get it over far enough and you end up with, I'm just going to add a little bit of something. Okay. I love this peach color. It's too light there. Maybe up here. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So I want to make sure it goes into the spine here. I am going to be doing an altered book this winter. I just don't know when that's going to start. But I know you guys love those altered books. And I do too. Okay. I'm going to tear tool this. Again, I missed some white. And I hate it when it's a tiny piece. It's hard to get it to tear when you get so close to the edge, you know? Okay. I'm going to put this right here. Got a little chunk of glue under there trying to cause problems. Okay, let's see if we can come up with something. It's too big. Too big. Too big, too big. Let's see. I think that will fit up there nicely. Get my I don't like to do it on images, so I usually pull those off. All right. Whoa. Let's see. Let's do it along the edge for sure. And it might be big and we may have to trim it off. But we'll do that later. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I think I want to tear some of this book page and put it on some areas. I don't think I want any white on there. I change my mind. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Pretty much I don't most of the time. Okay, let's get this put down. This paper that I'm using is Uncle Tom's Cabin. This book it came out of was pretty aged. But I think it's all right. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. My sister came to visit, and so it was a very nice weekend. Okay. I feel like my glue is pretty soft, and it's just taking its sweet time coming out. Got a couple places that we need just itty bitty pieces. So let's just tear a small piece here. Don't want anything too big. Yeah, it does not like to tear when it's that short, does it? So my sister came and we went antiquing. Of course, that's a big part of what our town is. And I just can't get enough of it. I'd spend every dime we had if I thought I could live after that. You know, it's just so hard when you see something that you just love. I did that this weekend. Well, I didn't spend a fortune, but I mean, there we go. I love that combination, don't you? Okay, so we're going to do this side, which is the back of this one, okay? So it's the back side. And every now and then I'll put in some color, but pretty much I go with neutrals. And if I put any color in, it will be okay. All right, so let's do this and right on the side. Okay, right here. It's a good spot. Now, let's see what we have that we can put. This is nice. It has a little bit of color, but not much. I mean, it's almost the color of the book. But it's a good journaling swab. Yeah, see? And let's see what else we got. Let's just see. Get out some tea paper and other types of papers that I like to use. And of course, there's always more Tracy Fox that I can use. This one, for some reason, is not been torn. It's probably an extra that I put in there because it's a great paper, in my opinion, to cover the back of tags. So if I have any left over, I usually will do that. Okay, so, and it has lines on the other side. Let's just give it another little cut here. Okay, so I'm thinking we will just do it straight down on the book. We'll have to see if this ends up in the right spot. There are a few places that I did miss, like here on the bottom, probably on this side. Oh, not bad. It's interesting. Surprised. All right. Perfect. And then I'm going to do this other side here. When I do it here, I like to get in the curvature, because I don't like to get glue in there necessarily, but I like to have it fit nicely. And if it doesn't, then I'll just add more glue to it. Yeah, it's going to need some glue directly down on the paper. So I'm going to do like this. Doesn't have to go all the way down there. Just, I like it to glue to the shape of the paper. Okay, now, what do we have here next? Let's see. I'm sorry I don't have the camera on this. My room is so crowded right now that, let's see. Let's just cut that in half. And see, this paper also is another one that you can, oh, I forgot to get the edges. Oh, good grief. Did you see that? It ripped it right out of there 4 times. Let's try this. It's going too fast, I guess. So we're going to do it down here. And of course, I didn't get it wide enough, but that's okay. We'll add it to something. We'll get something over that area. Like, I think this little yellow is actually really cute. Gives a little bit of color to our journaling page. Yeah. Okay. And let's see, what do we got here? Not that color, we already did it. Let's see what else we got. I know there's some actual tea paper down in here. It's just I always find something ahead of time. Well, here is a book page that's been torn. And where there would be a good place. Let's do this other side. All right. We might have to shorten that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want it going over everything we just put down, you know. Okay, so we're going to go up in this corner, and I'm going to glue down this paper that appears to be sticking up. It is. Lovely, lovely. We'll just add more while we are there. See what we got here. So I kind of add around this side, and that way it will curve up, and we can always add, again, more glue in the spine if it pops up. I didn't put a whole lot down there, but we have paper slipping up here, so let's just get it while we're here. I'm real bad to get it to the edge. I try to go around the edges last, and sometimes I forget. Okay, let's see now. Get some of this trash that keeps getting in my way. All right, so we have this. No, wait a minute. That has paper on it already. That's got paper on it. So we just have these two corners left. So let's do a couple little colors on there. That'd be pretty, wouldn't it? Just kind of a pop for that one little area. Okay. I love this little pop of color. Yeah. Perfect. Then we've got this little piece that will fit right here just perfect. And a little bit here on the end. So I want to talk a little business. I'll be doing this for, you know, a few videos until people start learning about my new channel. I I do have a new channel. It is called Stampin' Up Like Crazy. And that is my plan for the show is, or not the show, good grief, why did I say show? That is my plan for doing, let me see, I don't need a big piece of this. That is my plan for my other channel, is to do stamping. I just think it's fun and it's relaxing. I don't know how many of you have ever made cards and tags, because that are the two things I'll be focusing on. But anyway, they're relaxing to me, especially if I have the equipment to do it. And honestly, you can take one card one stamp set, and literally do several cards with it. And that's what I kind of focus on a lot too on the channel. Okay, I'm going to get this little corner right here and put it down here. Little bit on the edge, not quite there yet. There we go. And then after it completely dries, these completely dry, if you need them right away, you just rip the pages out that you need. Now you're gonna have the back and the front, okay? And I'm gonna trim anything off the edge here that might be hanging over. I hope you guys can see. I'm just trimming any hangover paper on the book, and that's all on that one. And here's a little bit on this book also. It does end up a little straight right there, but I try not to cut the whole thing off unless it's hanging over significantly. So when I get enough pages done, we're going to have a cut apart these pages and decorate. So we're going to have a major decorating video, and we may have more than one, so we can see what collaging can do for journaling. I know everyone that watches Gail's has seen a lot of collaging, because she does use it as her ephemera, and that's smart. I mean, you can save tons of money doing that. And so we're back over here, and let's go ahead and do the front one, the front side first. I just want to make sure we're able to, you know, get as much done as we can. So I'm going to bring out some more of these papers that I'm using from Tracy's today. I just love the colors, and I just think it's a stunning paper. Okay, so this way I can glue one big one somewhere, which I love this. We're going to put it here in the corner. Not the corner on the right, the corner that covers up all this writing. Just want to make sure it's doesn't bleed through, which usually there's no problem with that. Look at that. Ooh, love it. Love, love, love it. Now this edge here is a kind of a flesh color, so I'm not going to worry about it looking like it's white, because it's not. that bright yellow, it is awesome too. And I think we're going to add some green. I don't really want to use anything that big. We've got green in other things too. Just got to find them. Here's some green. I think I'm going to put it right below. I like the way that looks. Don't want to do it perfect. Kind of takes the fun out of it, doesn't it, if we do it perfect. I'm going to do one that goes all the way up. Let's see. It's not going to go all the way up, but it's going to be pretty close. So let's do it like this. Let's go ahead and put it up here in the top, and we can add a piece as we go along. I love the designs on these papers. I just think they're super nice. Goodness, come on, glue stick, be nice. Let's do like this. Let's move it over a little bit, and we might be able to cover that one little spot. Yeah, love it. Let's see. Okay. I saw some small little squares somewhere. I thought I was cutting some small ones, but I guess I wasn't after all. So let's just do this and cut a small one here. And I'm thinking, I think I want it right next down here at the bottom. I decided to bring it over because I got a little carried away with my glue, and I didn't want that on top of that. So we can go over here and do a little bit right there, and we'll just add the rest of it right there. Nice. Okay, now we have this peach that we never got to use. For sure we want to use that. Let's put it in the corner. Yeah. If you can subscribe on my other channel, that would be super awesome. That would help me out a lot. But I really want you to subscribe because you want to be there. You know, I don't want to force people to do it. You gotta love what you're watching. I know, I've experienced that. Okay, so down here, that's a different blue, but let's save it for later. Here's a green. We haven't used green. Let's put it up here. Okay, let's get over that line. I love that mint green. It's so pretty. Okay. Already got bright yellow. Here's a little bit of a smaller. Let's do that. Let's do right here. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm concentrating and forgetting to talk to my peeps. I'm thinking right here for this might be good because it's, I don't know if it's going to be wide enough once it's torn, and that's, look at me just tearing out of habit. Whoops, yeah, see, I just ruined the whole thing. But let's see. Yeah, that'll go right there. It's an odd shape. You know, you find yourself having very odd shapes, some. So, those are the ones that have been actually torn. Torn into odd shapes. Okay. Now, let's see. We've got the green. Let me see what else I have over here in my stash. Let's do some of this brown paper with the birds. Maybe down here at the bottom. I think it'd go well with this area. So now I have this other little piece that needs something right here, the bottom. That will work, believe it or not. It's just barely gonna work, but it works. Have fun. Okay, so we're going to go down here, and in the meantime, I'm going to trim this off the page, and then we'll get the rest of the top done. Okay. All right, so up here, I love that blue. That's why I keep going to it. But I want to do something different up there. As soon as I find what it is that's different. Maybe something with a border. But then we have this border here. And yeah, I don't want to do that because it's too much like the one next to it. So we've already done a bright yellow. It seems like when you do a bright yellow, this is kind of cool. Let's do this right there. So let me get my tear tool, and we're going to tear right here. Wait a minute, was I doing it like this or like this? Oh, it was this side. Yes, that looks good. Now that long skinny piece that we had earlier, what did I do with it? I don't want that one. I'm looking here. Oh, we haven't used this gray. Let's use that for sure. And then we'll figure out the other. Well, you know what? I don't want it that big. I don't want it to cover up that green because I really like the green. Let's just see how that ends up looking. So we can do it right here. Yeah, that gray looks good. Now we're going to find a, I think we're going to use just a little piece of this yellow. Make sure it's wide enough. It is. Okay. And this is going to finish this side, which may be the end of our time. So let me put this one down and check. It's moving all over the place. It's wanting to go here and there and everywhere. I love it. Love, love, love it. Of course, when everything starts drying, you get, oh, and that's why we're running out right there. That's timing, isn't it? Mercy. That is definitely timing. Okay, so let me get my wet wipe that got that all over my hands. And, yeah, let me see. Yes, we are so close to the time up. So we're going to go ahead and call this a video. I hope you had fun. I know I didn't talk about much. But, you know, we live out here in the woods.